I look at councils differently. I don't look at them as statuses, like a status of my status. I am just me. And I wish that more people who did this kind of work would take a look at what that could be like. Just be you. Acknowledge that they exist, but don't use their existence to give importance to yourself. Because you either are what you are and you're doing what you're supposed to be doing, or you're not, whether you're connected to a council or not. And quite frankly, a lot of councils have failed and are also misdirecting some people. I got a warning. Leave that alone, Inge. Oh, okay.
So councils are also being formed and being dismantled.
Yes, all the time. Just like here on Earth. But yes, not as regularly because, you don't have a lot of the stuff, confusion, as we have here. But councils come together as needed and are disbanded to form new councils to facilitate whatever is necessary.
Are they also like working groups?
A working group is not really considered a council. A working group actually does. Councils oversee and advise. Okay. Working energies are a bit different. Yeah. Inge is feeling that, oh, we're going a direction. It's very good. Marita, are you wanting to ask another question? You can,
No, it's okay. Yes, no, okay, I'm waiting for Mark to address the next question.
Okay.
You said we're a reflection on Earth, a bad reflection of what's happening in the universe.
Not a bad, it's sort of
incomplete.
Yeah. Yes.
So there must be a purpose why we're on Earth. It's a difficult question, but what should we do at the moment as humanity?
That was like 2 questions. Which one do you want me to answer?
What
that
we
last
should do.
One? What we should do? Oh, self-reflect, 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 and become the best that you can be. Don't compare, don't compete. Be the best that you can be. Because if you're the best that you can be, you will best serve the whole. That's actually my thing, the whole. It's the best thing you can do.
That you are always doing, that you are always the best you are, that you all, so that everybody is the best they are at that moment.
Yeah, but some people make a point of becoming aware and conscious. The only way that you can be the best that you can be is work on being aware and conscious and developing yourself, being honest with yourself. Why do you have to be honest with yourself? Because if you cannot honestly look at yourself and acknowledge even those things that you might not like, you can't address it. If you don't address it, who do you want to address it? If you have a shortcoming and you yourself don't address that shortcoming and embrace it and care for it, do you want your neighbor or your brother or your sister or your wife or your husband to address it? No, it's your responsibility. And you are the only one who can. So that's the road to becoming the best that you can be, is accepting your imperfection as perfection in the whole. Perfection within imperfection.
Yeah, I always get a little bit allergic to phrases like "you're not doing your best" or "you're not doing it good enough," like it's your fault or something like that. So that's why I asked, isn't everybody the best they can be at the moment, at this moment?
No, not everybody is. They're all good enough, but for themselves, if you are in a state where you're not addressing the imperfections within yourself, you're denying that, so you're not being completely self, but you're definitely always good enough. It sounds contradictory, I know, but I have no other words. That's the way to grow. That's the way to develop. From development, you go to transition. From transition, you transform. It's no like price value. You're worth €5, you're worth €6. No, it's not like that. But for yourself, accept your shortcomings. If you have no shortcomings, that means you're perfect. That means you don't need an organic body. So you shouldn't be alive. Right? So if you're alive, there's a reason. That means there's stuff you could learn, work on. Okay. No judgment.
There were civilizations before us who were more energetically able, um, to call us some names: Atlantis, Lemuria. Where are we different that we are still needed here on Earth?
We are not needed on Earth. We need Earth. We need to be here for ourselves. We sort of started messing things up. It's probably not a very popular answer, but that's how I see it. Yeah? Okay.
If we messed things up, why are there still so many contacts with the universe and with civilizations and with departments and races all over the world? They shouldn't be happy with us.
They're not. They're not, but okay. Okay. We are all a part of one, right? Okay. Let's shrink it down to a family. Okay. One of your family members ends up being like totally not healthy for the family. In most cases, don't you reach out? If you see that that person is trying, don't you open the door again? But there's a limit. You know, they did something years ago called tough love. So there's a limit. That's the reason. Did I oversimplify it? Otherwise, we have to go into each department and what each department is thinking, or, you know, then that could be a whole long evening if we go department by department. So that's generally the rule. That's why.
So we are like the 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 more sick people, or the person of the family, or the disrupted person of the family.
Our essence isn't, but our organic body has retained a lot of the programming and what we decided for ourselves to be what we should be allowed to do or what we can do. So it's not our essence. Our essence is fine. That is the part that's still appreciated and loved and wanted. I exaggerated because love is a little bit different up there. Okay, but it's just to make it easier to understand. It's our essence that's valued. This is why I also push self-development, 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 because that's the road to transition, which is then the road to transformation. Why do we need transformation? Because our environment is changing. So we have to experience, we need to be able to experience our environment in a different way, because that will also automatically adjust our behavior. The human beings are very predictable behavior-wise.